I recently got these two cards in the mail, a Jameer Gibbs Red Stars PSA 8 and a Diane Henley Black Pandora PSA 7, and they both need to be cracked. So to crack a card, you're going to need a wire cutter or something like this to crack the plastic, a flathead screwdriver to pry it open, and then a towel so you don't launch plastic all over the room. So the first step is you take the card, and you take the wire cutter, and you pinch it right by the corner, and then you put it underneath your towel, and then cover it up so the plastic doesn't fly everywhere. And then you just pinch it, and then what you want to do is just start cutting around it and try to get the corners off. And then once you have the corner off, you just want to go up top, get the whole edge, and then get the other corner. So once you've cut off the top and the corners, you need to make sure that you've cut down far enough. So as you can see here, I'm not down far enough to stick the screwdriver in yet. So I'm going to cut down a little farther, get somewhere around the label past this corner part like that where it's thicker. So that way I can put this in and pry it open. So now that I've cut the edge down farther, you can see how you can see like the differences in the plastic, which means that you can then put the flathead screwdriver in between them, and then you just put it in between them, and then you just start to slowly lift up and pop it out. Just do it slowly, get the edges, and then just keep going up until it should be basically cracked out. There we go. And then you have your card, penny sleeve it, top loader it, and that's how you crack a card. And I did that very quick. I'd say it took about 3 minutes, and the longest time is really just stopping to record the video and talk about it. And the last step is just to take the towel, wrap it up with all the plastic, and then go throw it away. And hopefully you have no mess on the table or surface that you used. After checking out the card, I looked it over, and I don't see any major issues on the front, but on the back, there is a little spot right there, a little dark spot, and that doesn't come off, so that could be why I got an 8. There could be something else too. I've never graded a card, but that would be my best guess of why it was an 8. But all around, it looks like a really good condition card. And there you have it, the Jameer Gibbs Red Stars PSA 8, now cracked out in the top loader. And there are the supplies and the towel with the plastic I need to go throw away. And then the card that's good as new. No more PSA 8 with that one. Now there's two different types of PSA slabs. That first slab was one that has plastic that just straight up cracks when you try to use the wire cutters and snap it. The second one, however, really sucks to open up. The plastic, instead of, what do you even call it? Instead of cracking, it just bends and it like twists. So you can see how I'm just indenting the slab. So this one's gonna take way longer to crack open and be a lot more of a pain. What you have to do is basically just try to peel it off slowly like that, and then just pinch that part off and just do it bit by bit. And you can't even really use the screwdriver as much to pry it open because it's not going to crack down the edges. You just have to cut down all the edges and the top and basically everything. So it's going to take way longer. So as you can see, I managed to cut off the whole top edges and the top corners, and then I cut it down far enough to stick the screwdriver in. However, once you do that, it's also going to be harder to stick it in too, because it's just bendy plastic. You can see it just starts to crack downward, which is not what you want, and the edges don't snap apart. Like this whole piece won't come off like it did with the Jameer Gibbs. So you have to just cut or keep cutting down both the edges until the card is fully free. All right, little update here. It's been like 5 minutes and I've managed to cut down a decent way on the left side. I'm probably down to like here. This, I've cut a little bit, but I'm not actually through it. And then not as far on the right side, and keep you guys updated. Little surgery update here. If you get down far enough, you can start to use the flathead to open it up. And then you could potentially grab the card, but you're basically going to need two people because someone needs to hold it down so the flathead doesn't just start launching the card in the air when it slips out of place. And then you could try to pick the card out right now, or you just got to wait, keep cutting down the edges, and keep the surgery going. So, a little update again. I've cut down farther. I'm about, I don't know, at least 3/4 of the way down the card on both sides. And at this point, you're able to pick it out just by trying to stick your fingers in. Don't get cut because the plastic is really sharp. And you just grab it and pull it out. And there we go. I mean, it already was a PSA 7, so hopefully I didn't make it much worse. I'll look the card over after this. But here's what the top loader, or the graded slab, looks like now. Absolutely destroyed, and it still, even now, you can't really bend it open because it doesn't snap like the other slab does. And all I can tell you is that this slab seemed thicker and heavier than the Jameer Gibbs. So I don't know if there's an exact way to tell unless you have two of them to know which PSA slab is going to be the pain that bends and doesn't snap. But there are two different options that you could run into, and that's how you crack both of the type of PSA slabs. All right, so I looked the card over, and on the front, it looks good to me. Maybe you can see something else in the video, but potentially it's just some light print lines. I'm not exactly sure. It looks solid. But on the back, and to be fair, I could have caused this damage myself. We'll never really know. But you see where it shines up top? It's like indented a little bit right there, and there's one on the left as well. So if I had to guess, that could be why it got the PSA 7. But all in all, it looks pretty solid. And the next step is just penny sleeve, top load it, and you're good to go. And there you have it. That's how you crack both the PSA slabs. First one, the one that just cracks, super easy. Probably took me like 2 to 3 minutes. You can even just see in the label, came out very clean. And the second one, that probably took me like 15 minutes and it was a lot harder because the plastic was just bending. You had to bend it, twist it, and you can also see in the label, much more difficult. But either way, both cards ended up just fine, and that's how you crack PSA slabs. And just to show you that I've done this before and that this method works, what I'm going to do is add these two labels to my collection. So I've cracked 27 slabs, ranging from SGC to PSA to Beckett to CGC, and this method works for all of them. And that's how you crack a card using tools at home.